What's going on? Meteorologist Mike Linden back with an update. We're trying to push this one out as quickly as we can, just in case we are to lose power into the overnight hours. As Hurricane Ian works its way northward, it has weakened to a Category 1 storm. We'll get to the latest track in just a moment. But first, I want to show you landfall from much earlier on Wednesday afternoon. This was right around 3:05 on Cayo Costa, making landfall as a Category 4 hurricane with wind speeds at 150 miles per hour. I mean, truly remarkable stuff, especially when you consider the fact that it was at one point that on its way to landfall, Ian was up near 155 miles per hour, just 2 miles per hour short of being a Cat 5. Look at all the lightning in the eye as well as the storm made landfall. That was one thing that both storm chaser Aaron Jack and meteorologist Matthew Capucci were remarking a lot to us during our live streams. Check out this video from Capucci, really trying his best to hang on as the eye wall was passing him near Punta Gorda. I mean, literally trying to hang on and not blow away. Same thing goes for MyRadar storm chaser Aaron Jack, who was just a few miles away from Capucci, but also doing his best to also not blow away with the intense winds of the eye fall pushing overhead. Of course, a Category 4 hurricane, a major hurricane, mind you, enough to cause damage. We are still waiting on seeing more of the damage reports. A lot of those areas are likely to be forever changed as that storm made landfall in a part of Florida that we don't really see much landfall all that often, other than Hurricane Charlie in 2004. But boy, you compare the size of the two storms, Ian is much, much larger. Now, here's some damage video from storm chaser Aaron Jack of a gas station there. And then this is the city of Naples Mayor Teresa Heitman. We were actually interviewing her and the fire chief, and look what was floating by her there, a dumpster. Mind you, we've told you many times, turn around, don't drown, right? It only takes about a foot of water to lift up a car, about 2 feet of water to lift up your car and wash it away. A dumpster weighing far less than that, but a moment that was caught on camera there for sure. All right, so let's jump to the track and take a look at the latest path from the National Hurricane Center. The good news is that Ian has weakened to a Category 1 hurricane. Really, folks, we've got to try to find the silver linings here with this storm. Still pushing out winds above 90 miles per hour as it treks its way north and eastward through central Florida. If I get rid of that for just a moment, you can see that the core of Ian likely to miss the Orlando metro, but remember, just because that is the center line as we head into tomorrow, those outflow bands, the wind, really going to continue to cause for major issues. Of course, there's a tornado threat as well with this storm as it tracks its way north and eastward. But again, the rainfall truly going to be one part of this storm that a lot of people are going to remember for quite a long time. Look at this accumulated precipitation graphic I have for you here. Talk about a scar right on through to landfall. 17.5 near 18 inches, 16 inches of rain. I mean, that is quite a rain band over the last 24 hours and more to come. Of course, causing major flooding issues as you saw there in Naples, floating dumpsters away with ease. Over the next 5 days, most of which this is going to occur especially for Florida over the next 24 to 36 hours. We're looking at potentially more than 20 inches of rain for the Orlando metro, pushing northward into Volusia County and Daytona Beach and all the way into Duval County into North Florida too. Now, bear in mind, again, despite the core of the storm, those strongest winds going south and east of spots like Disney World and Universal Studios in Orlando, there is still a lot of rain coming. That threat does not end for Florida. We are likely to see a secondary landfall from Ian as it exits the eastern seaboard of Florida and works its way through Savannah, Georgia, northward into Charleston, South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, and potentially up near Charlotte, bringing with it a real flooding threat. That could extend all the way northward into the nation's capital as we work our way into the first few days of October as well. So just because Ian has impacted and will continue to impact Florida, boy, the buck does not stop stop there. It heads all the way northward. In fact, looking at the futurecast here, again, as we work our way into Thursday morning, the bulk of Ian at that point really pushing off land, but still the rain continues for Orlando, Duval County, pushing northward as we go toward Georgia. You can see the real core of the storm at that point sitting off of the coast, but at that point it is likely to swing back as we work our way northward here, possibly again bringing the heavy rainfalls for spots like Charleston, Columbia, and continuing to swing those bands in. This could be a big-time severe weather threat as we head into Friday afternoon for North Carolina and potentially for Virginia as well. For Florida, the severe weather threat continues as we head into Thursday. A slight risk for severe weather, that's that yellow color there for Port Orange and extending northward toward the city of Jacksonville. All right, so that's going to do it for this update. Of course, we will have more as Ian works its way northward through the state of Florida. If you are watching this forecast, I hope that you and yours are safe. This has certainly been a day that I will soon not forget, and I would imagine for folks in southwest Florida that they will also not forget. And of course, our hearts here at the MyRadar team go out to those affected by Hurricane Ian. But we will keep you covered for all of the latest on the tropical developments. But for now, stay safe and stay dry. We'll catch you back here for the next one. See ya.
Follow MyRadar on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Download MyRadar on iOS, Android, Amazon Alexa, Xbox, and Windows.